Um, oh my gosh. Would you look at the time? Looks down at clock. It's 8:38. Yeah, a little sleepy today, but reading Umineko always gets me a little high energy, so that's all that matters. Just kind of been an alright day, nothing too crazy going on. I did reread two sections, and I'm gonna wait for some more people to trickle into chat so I can kind of shoot some ideas off some people. But I tried to glean a little more of Battler's backstory, and I'm actually gonna open up the the LP archive just so I have it ready. Maybe I'll thumb through it a little bit while I'm waiting. But hello, Eliana. I want to see that scene. Yeah, it's this one. I want to see if I can find the right place. It was that conversation between. It's going alright. A little sleepy, but I'm doing okay. I'm looking for that conversation between Rudolph and Battler before the night ended. The first episode. Legend of the Gold. He's talking to Kairi. Blah blah blah. Natsui being annoying. Where was that section with Battler and Rudolph talking? Episode 1. It's not here. I think it might be before this. Maybe. No, it can't be. It might be the 6 chosen by the key. You're neutral? That's okay. Maybe letter and umbrella too. Why is Beatrice? I did actually reread some, I think, a pretty crucial part of Battler backstory. Yeah, therapy is great, and I really recommend it. Yeah, I like therapy. It was, let's see here. It was where is it? It's when they're at the beach. I think it's no, it's not Days as a young girl. Yeah, it's this part. But they were talking about like the past and like, oh wow, Battler. Oh look, Maria says, ugh, I just met him for the first time. Didn't know him 6 years ago. And then there was this line from Shannon, actually. Shannon's the one who kind of gave some interesting insight to like past Battler. Where was it? Yeah, so there was actually, I think, the most interesting line, and maybe I'll actually cut to my internet for a second, just because I want to kind of walk through this scene for a hot second. Let me transition this. I love that awful transition, like, starter effect. But we're reading this scene. I'm surprised by how much everyone remembers about it. My memory's all hazy. Shannon has a great memory. Come to think of it, Shannon, that memories can be pretty incredible when you least expect it. I think this is actually the only... Oh, wait. I mean, that could also be like a callback to like Shannon having like memory of the continuity of like what's going on with the episodes. I gotta take off my watch or I'm gonna keep fiddling with it. Yeah, so this is the line that I think is interesting. And I don't want to believe that there's something between Shannon and Battler. Like, that doesn't seem right to me. But they're talking about, like, things Battler did. And it's this line that I think is super interesting. Let's see. I'm sure he said something like this when he left. I'll be back. See you again. See you again. I'll surely come for you riding on a white horse. I'm getting to that, Eric. Hold up. I read one more part of episode... I read a part of episode 1. I read this part. And they're talking about, like, being in middle school and being awkward. Where was that line? Yeah, here it is. Why is my throat all schmutzig? I see. Love with a servant, huh? Yeah, but since when? Phew, I guess a lot can happen in 6 years. But yeah, Anaki's an amazing person, and Shannon-chan seems to be kind and brave, so they might be a pretty good match. Actually, 6 years ago, I remember taking notice of her just a little bit. So this idea that, like, 6 years ago, Battler might have had a thing for Shannon, I think that's interesting. But then what's more interesting, maybe, is, like, Battler and Jessica kind of start talking about, like, their philosophy about love. And, well, love is different for every person. As long as you're with someone who's fun to be around, does anything else matter? When two people pair up, they don't need anyone's permission. As long as they accept each other. Worrying about what your parents or family will say means you've already lost. Don't forget that. You better not go out with someone with mixed feelings. But I also noticed an interesting connection between this Battler using this line in English, "See you again," and like Battler and Beatrice speaking to Battler in English a lot in those greater than, less than signs. So it makes me wonder that if that Beatrice, or not human Beatrice, but at least this new Beato, this like spiritual Beatrice that exists, was created because Battler reneged on that promise to come back, and that broke somebody's heart. The other thing I read... Hi, Sid. The other part I read last night, because I read 2 chapters while I was like playing through, while I was uploading my YouTube video, is I read the prologue, or not, at least I read the part past Kinzo. So I read the first part. And it's like, it's interesting because like, oh, they're talking about like not recognizing Battler, which I think is like a huge foreshadowing. Why is that Eric, for the first time, already tripping the auto mod? God, you have such a way with words. Also, I have kombucha. I've never had kombucha until today, but I decided I was gonna give it a try. So I bought like this apple cider kombucha. It's actually pretty good. It's like cinnamony, appley. It's got green tea too. It's probiotic. It's got a little caffeine, which I'm gonna need to go through this stream. But I noticed a detail, and let me see if I can find it. They're kind of like explaining some of like the family dynamics. It's a little troublesome because I got a little confused because there's the person who uploaded the LP archive. That's awesome. I could imagine. She probably smelled like fermentation. Too much of the spores. Though I feel like if you work at a country club, you're kind of gonna run into some eclectic types. Here, it's... Let me see if I can control F it. I don't understand why Battler gets this line totally wrong. Since the USHIROMIYA cousins consist of 2 boys and 2 girls, he was always Aniki when we played together. Why did he get that wrong? Why is he forgetting his sister? In fact, he never even mentions Angie. Interestingly enough, the only time we actually see Battler and Angie together before, like, ever see them together. Well, yeah, she was definitely too young to play with, but the way that's being written, like, it would make sense if it read something more like, it would be like, besides, Angie, my younger sister Angie, is too young to play with. But the only mention of Angie comes from, I believe it's Rudolph, because I noticed it. Yeah, exactly. It's mentioned in this scene that she's sick. So we know Angie's like real. This isn't like a fake out Angie's like a fake USHIROMIYA like Battler is. Angie's mentioned by the others. And sure, I think there is like a room for debate where you could argue whether or not the game had begun at this point to a degree. But it's just something that's making me kind of question this whole Battler's perspective. And unfortunately, now that we're questioning Battler's perspective, it takes a lot of my notion of truth and it throws it totally out the window. Sci-Fiatrice. Was there anything else I noticed? I remember reading this. What else? Was there anything else that I thought was interesting from this? But I think my problem is, like, in general, I'm just, like, when it comes to shit like this, I'm just super agnostic and I'm a little too afraid like, commit to any ideas I have. Like, I'll say them out loud, then I'll kind of ping pong them around my brain for a little bit. But then I'll like kind of just chuck it in my brain dumpster and keep going. Yeah, it was just about 20 minutes. Like, while I think my intuition's like usually pretty good, I do just get a little wound up. Let me see here. Let me go back to Umineko. We can get started. I just need to have a little quick 15-minute Pier presentation. That's like the trickiest thing for me. Is at the end of the day, there's 120 hours of content. So it's really tough to remember a lot of the stuff from episode 1 and 2. Like the little details, or there's definitely things I would notice if I had gone back and read them again now. But I don't think I'm gonna. I think it'd be better if I just like kept going. Like, I'm not gonna bog myself down with like rereading all of episode 1 through 4 for things that I think are gonna be confirmed later. So I'll like definitely reread a bunch, like a lot of stuff, but I'm not gonna like sink my whole teeth into it. Exactly. All right, let me transition back to Umineko. God, that effect is so chopped. And where we last left off, Angie was getting the absolute shit beat out of her. Kasumi picked up the flowers I was going to offer, brought them all the way over to me, dropped them, and made a show of trampling them. Jesus. Her expression was filled with hatred, and a frantic quality that couldn't be explained with hatred alone. She trampled them over and over again, as though her sadness was reaching the bursting point. So the sound of her trampling it was just sad. Oh, still not suffering yet? Then what about this? Sumadera Kasumi. Use this. Because it's hard to remember the detail isn't fully explained when there's 200 unexplained details. I've already told you the best time to test. It's like she's trying to prove to us that she's evil and trying too hard. Yeah, it's just, I agree. It's just a bit overkill. No, not that. Oh no, that'd be so fucked up. Don't break the grimoire. Kasumi also noticed it and picked up that book, which was heavier than it looked. What's this? Why not read it? You might fall over laughing, okay? Kasumi opened the grimoire, skimmed over the contents, and snorted derisively. Give it back. That's One-chan's. Of course my hand couldn't reach. My stomach was once again kicked by the black suits, and I doubled over. Jesus. See? This book's really important to Angie, right? Gotta belittle the things that are important to her, okay? That'll work better than punching or kicking for a girl like her. You know that better than anyone, don't you? As though remembering something painful, Kasumi's face twisted for an instant. That quickly disappeared, changing to a scornful smile directed at me. Ew, what a creepy book. Do you write this? Stop it. Give it back. Look at that face. Belittle it more, belittle it more. Teach her the pain of having your dignity trampled. That's the only way to soften your own pain. What's this with what's with this embarrassing book? I'll admit, I did have a little interest in fortune telling as a girl. But isn't this going a bit too far? Magic? Ew. You're one of those, aren't you? It's like in those cartoons where a girl says that something spell and transforms into a witch, right? Oh, they're gonna break the book. You like those, don't you? How pathetic. Cackling, Kasumi opened to a random page and showed it to the black suits. The black suits looked too and guffawed. That sneer didn't wound me, but I couldn't forgive it. After all, that sneer was ridiculing Maria One-chan. I don't hate Kasumi, but for forcing that unhealing anger and sadness on Kasumi, I cannot forgive the Black Witch. That Black Witch ate into Aunt Ava, Sumidera Kasumi, and Aunt Rosa. Tormenting them for an eternity without letting their wounds be healed. I can't forgive her. I can't forgive the Black Witch. Wow, this is just great. The generational trauma. I keep saying this, but maybe the USHIROMIYAs are Catholic. Wow, this is just great. Magic for making candy fall from the sky, you say? What's this? Sprinkle water cleansed by the sun with sugar? Stick the magic staff in and then the incantation? What the hell? It hurts. The black suits were also rolling around, guffawing. Then, grinning, the Black Witch whispered something into Kasumi's ear. After glaring at me with a grin, Kasumi took that page. Ah! Kasumi grabbed hold of that page, tore it off, crumpled it up, and threw it away. Angry Sakutaro? So cruel. That was Maria's magic. Oh, really? That's sad. It was one of the spells to summon happiness that Maria had made with Sakutaro. Anyone knows that making sugar water, coloring it, and leaving it by the window isn't going to make candy fall from the sky. But after repeating that every day, one time on her way home from school, she had found several pieces of candy scattered around. How happy must that miracle have made Maria One-chan? Oh gosh, okay. Didn't she treasure that candy, eating it during her night alone with Sakutaro to distract herself from her loneliness? There's this... I've said it once before, but I'm bringing it back. The connection between Beatrice and Maria seems to be loneliness. Like, human Beatrice seems like they were somehow confined to a degree. That's what made me suspect Jessica a lot, because to a degree she is confined to that island. But also, I said it doesn't work for canon, it doesn't work for Shannon, it doesn't really work for Jessica. So that kind of makes me go to, like, believe in, like, Rosa. And that magic that One-chan had given birth to had been torn and thrown away, and it disappeared. The whole miracle of happiness Oh, holy smokes, I'm all tired. That the magic had given birth to had been torn and thrown away. Oh, this part's great too. Magic to make tonight's dinner cream croquette? What's next? Magic to make bell peppers taste good? That's not bad either. So stupid. Tear that too. If only you just tear it more and more. With a brutal, loud laugh. The Black Witch made Maria One-chan's spells get torn out one after another. Magic of happiness was sneered at, torn. Yeah, exactly. Bell peppers taste great. And thrown away. Stop it! Stop it! Don't defile Lady Maria's magic! Don't defile it with your filthy toxin. Mammon cried and yelled, but she had no way of reaching Kasumi. Come on, why not defile it? Miracles of magic? Magic to bring happiness? No way, nothing like that exists. Don't you know that you can't heal pain and sadness without pushing it onto someone else? It's a fruit? What the fuck? Hey, you also had those magic friend things, right? Sumadera Kasumi, open to that page. What's this? Magic Friends? The Seven Sisters of Purgatory? What a creepy name. It says they can fly at awesome speeds and finish off the enemy. Angie, if you can use this kind of magic, shouldn't you use it right now? Foolish. The page that wrote of the Seven Sisters of Purgatory was also heartlessly torn away. The page itself was just paper. It wasn't Mammon's vessel or anything. But the tearing, denying toxin burned Mammon from the inside. Mammon's face twisted from that heat and pain. Are you okay, Mammon? This kombucha's pretty good. Hold on. This much is no problem. It's not me, but Angie-sama who's in pain. However, Mammon's expression was twisted with unbearable anguish and humiliation. Stop it, Black Witch! Why are you doing something like this? Why can't you use magic for happiness? Oh? You're a magic friend too, right? I'll defile you too. Sumadera Kasumi. Look for this guy's page too, okay? What's this one? What's with this crappy scribble of a lion? Sakutaro. What a weird name. My best friend, it says. Really? This is your friend? A close friend? This lion is? Is that it? Is it? Is it? Is it? It really is a crappy scribble. This ugly lion is totally you. To think she had something like this as a friend that USHIROMIYA Maria's mind is so pathetic it's embarrassing. What a joke. She's like a moron. If only she'd just give up and die. Are you? Don't make fun of Maria. Stop it. Don't break it. No way. This is awful. There was a shrill sound. The page had been filthily ripped out. The picture of Sakutaro that Ore-chan had drawn was violently ripped in half. Oryu? He gets the regular Sakutaro voice, not the human Sakutaro voice.
I haven't done the regular Sakataro voice in a while.
Oh, that's so sad. I can't believe Sakutaro gets murdered twice. Poor guy. What a crappy picture. You all laugh too, okay? A pair of the black suits laughed vulgarly and heartlessly trampled the two halves that had been torn. Jesus! Why are they all okay with this? Ugh. Ugh. Sakutaro, hang in there. I'm not sad. I just can't stand it. I can't stand that. Maria's being made fun of. And I can't do anything about it. To humans who can't see us, it's as though we don't exist. We can only interact with humans that need us. That's why we're furniture. As Sakutaro and Mammon supported each other, they crouched down, sobbing. I couldn't stand it either. Those who can't see how wonderful the world of magic is can't understand it. You can't explain it to humans who can't understand. So it gets belittled. If you could show them it. But you can't. Because in front of humans who are filled with the magic-resisting toxin, who can't understand magic, magic cannot be used. I really don't get it. From this delusional diary, I've got to assume that something's wrong with your head. It really is fun to take a peek into your mind. You creepy child. Both you and Maria. That stuffed animal and the furniture over there too, right? I could laugh. You don't have any friends, do you? You're always all alone, so stuffed animals are your friends. What a pitiable child. Don't worry, I understand. I know what it's like to live that way. So I'll accept it. You really are a pitiable child, right? To you, it probably would look like something made by a pitiful child. That's right. If 100 people were to read One-chan's diary, 100 people would probably think the same thing. I used to be like that too, but you know, despite all of that, Maria One-chan summoned a world of happiness. Don't deny that magic, that happiness. Such a stubborn child you are. Very well. This is the last one. I'll tear apart the source of the truly foolish magic that you and Maria believed in. Sumadera Kasumi, read this page, okay? What's this colorful page? What's this? Magic to always be friends with my beloved mother? Oh, that's gonna really friggin' piss her off. Stop it! Not that page. This magic's really simple, isn't it? It looks like even I could do it. Even I could remember an incantation this short. Shall I give it a whirl? It really is a short incantation, isn't it? Okay, give it a try. Let's have everyone spit it out. With expressions that ridiculed it from the bottom of their hearts, the Black Witch and Kasumi tapered their mouths, and they said it aloud. What? That's what it means? That's what means? I've been making fun of that shit for 120 hours? Damn, I feel like a dick. I am just like one of the other 100 people that would read Maria's diary and be Man, what the fuck? Maybe I should have been doing it like a cute anime girl the whole time. God damn it. Well, it's too late. I used to think Maria was a fucking gremlin. Black Suit 3. The black suit stared blankly, asking what the hell that was supposed to be. Then Kasumi answered, cackling. This is supposed to be an incantation. Are you kidding me? Come on, why don't you guys try it too? Oh, I really want to do a really deep one. Ugh. The black suits imitated that moaning voice, making fun of it. Ugh. Ugh. That was the incantation for the magic that would let her always be friends with her beloved mother. Jeez. That's why she did that. Oh god. What the hell? How stupid. If you could make family relationships better just by saying, ugh, the world would be always be peaceful. Ugh. A stupid moaning voice. Too bad that if you do this over and over again, people think that you're a pathetic, stupid kid. Are you a moron? Oh my goodness. Stop it. At least don't belittle that magic. It was the day of a picnic. Is it so bad that I really, really want to see Battler right now? Alright, let's check this out real quick. There's 6 minutes of this recorded. Jeez. Chuckle fuck. It was alone for the day of... It's great. It was the day of the picnic when Maria, One-chan, and Aunt Rosa were alone. It was written that this was one of the top 5 happiest days of her life. One-chan was singing a song that she'd learned from her mama. Yeah, what song? It wouldn't happen to be the song that she sung at the end of episode 1, right? Her mother had been delighted, but partway through, Maria forgot the lyrics. Let me see that line. It's gotta be Besieged 3. Oh, it's even after that. Where is it? Where do they describe that? I don't. Right now, I'm leading like 40% Rosa. Like 20% Ava. Actually, no. 20% Rosa, 20% Ava. 60% somebody's being Beatrice. Oh god, there's an ad. I hate advertisements. That's a full 30-second unskippable ad? Oh, I love YouTube. I love how my ad blockers don't work with it anymore. I love the, like, antediluvian war between ad blockers and YouTube. Oh, I can pause the ad. Thank God. I really want to pause the ad. Another ad! Oh, yay! I can skip this. I can't even skip it. 45 seconds of ads. We love it. Since she saw that her mother was so happy, she tried to sing until the very end with "ugh." Even though she'd only pretended to know the lyrics, her mother had enjoyed it a lot. Oh, it's the Beatrice theme. It's the Beatrice song with lyrics. Okay. It's like the reprise of the Beatrice theme. Of course, even though she'd seemed to find it funny at first, Aunt Rosa eventually tired of hearing it, and eventually started scolding One-chan when she said it. Anyways, how did they describe that? What kind of song is it described as? I don't think it's that important. But to One-chan, it was a memory of a fun day she'd never forget. So among the spells that Maria had created, it was the oldest and first. Kasumi stuck her fingernails into that page too. Stop it. Don't tear it. At least spare that page. No way. Oh my god. With a shrill sound, a girl's world of happiness was erased. Ugh. Oh, I wish I had the balls to do, like, insane laughs on camera. Like, loudly. Is this your magic of happiness? Hilarious. Hilarious. There's no way there could be magic to make you happy, right? Magic is made of anger and hatred, right? Happiness is what you call the feeling of release you get only when you've pushed all the hatred you bear onto other people. The happiness you all are talking about is a phantom that doesn't show up outside of picture books. As Kasumi laughed her head off, she slammed the grimoire against the ground and stepped on it. Can't stand it. Hey, you can't stand it, right? You white witches of happiness. If you can't stand it that much, why don't you show us? Show us your magic. If it exists, then you'll have to show us, right? A witch who can't use magic isn't a witch. That's why we're the real witches. You're just brats trying to escape reality with a dream. Yeah, I love that noise. Ava Beatrice is the true antagonist. She even had regular Beatrice being like, oh, I think you're going a little too far. Yeah, the red web of truth is tricky. Then, if I can show you magic, will you believe in One-chan's magic? Huh? Yeah, sure. I'll believe. If you can use magic and show me, that is. Let's see it, you stupid brat. Silently, slowly, I stood up. Sensations of this cramped world, such as the pain in my body, felt truly trifling. Oh, look like you've still got enough energy to stand up, Miss Great Witch. Now that you've stood up, what are you going to show us? Show us some magic. Magic exists. What? What's this kid saying? Did you guys hear that? Silence. Isn't that interesting? You people always refuse to show this power of miracles because of the magic-resisting toxin. Disciple of the White Witch Maria. Let's see some magic. Do you have any clue how many humans have believed in that miracle before being betrayed? I just want her to do something like fireball or like some like polymorph, like D&D spell shit. I want like an awful like CGI fireball to shoot out of her hand. Everyone believes. Everyone is betrayed and despairs. At least, and they learn that true magic can only be gained by the power of black witches like me. Hitting someone with your hatred is nothing more than a sin. Oh wait, that's Beatrice. Oh, that's Angie. Hitting someone with your hatred is nothing more than a sin. That isn't magic. I'll show you real magic. You. The Black Witch winced slightly. However, Kasumi sneered at me even more. Then let's have a look. So, what kind of magic will you show us? Magic to make candy fall from the sky? Or else magic to make cookies multiply? What? The instant I opened my eyes, a tremendous wind arose. What is this all of a sudden? Come, arise, the seven sisters of purgatory. What? What? There was a flash behind me, and in an instant, seven pieces of high-level furniture were gathered there. It was a power that far surpassed the magic strength I'd had in my prime. I just finished my kombucha. Yum. And I still have water, too. It was a power that far surpassed the magical strength I'd had in my prime. It was a power that matched even Maria One-chan and Beatrice. Well, she is the final Beatrice. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory, right here. Angie-sama. Wait. What? This one's different. Was she part of the seven? Like just like 10 seconds ago, was she part of those? Were there 7 of them there? And is there a difference between this man and that man? Okay, no, there were 6? Okay. Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure it's all like... I don't want to have a reason to doubt it. You said it once. Because I lacked magical power and resolve. I didn't use you or your sisters. This isn't some cheap emotion like wanting to get back at my bullying classmates. In order to protect Maria One-chan's Mariage Sorciere's world, I now order you to show me the miracle of magic. It's impossible. No matter what you try, before such a massive toxin. The 7 sisters also remembered what happened in that classroom. If they could have obeyed Angie's order, they would have. However, surrounded by the toxin that runs thick in humans, they hadn't been able to display the miracle of magic. and they remembered very well how deeply that had hurt Angie. But Angie spoke very quietly. In that case, you all believe too. Huh? Mariage Sorcière was created to bring people happiness. And also to fight the Black Witch. In order to show that miracle to the foolish Black Witch who denies the world that one of the founders, the Witch of Origins, Lady Maria, gave birth to. And in order to protect that world, believe in magic, in witches, in miracles right now. When Kasumi gave an order to the black suits, one of them took out a gun and pointed it at Angie. You'll show us magic, right? Then let's have it. Use magic to shoot this man down with a fireball or lightning or something. You get one chance. Show us before I count to 3, got it? If you can't, then you'd best prepare yourself, okay? Shoot. What's with this kid? She's lost it. The black suit pointing the gun laughed at Angie's detached attitude. Are you serious? This girl's lost her mind. In that case, get yourself shot. If only you just die. Angie, it's impossible. You can't block bullets with magic. No. But as a daughter of the USHIROMIYA family, I always wear a Kevlar vest. There's nothing to be afraid of. Compared to my magic, to the 7 Sisters of Purgatory, bullets are nothing. Angie-sama, this is a little bizarre. Mammon was perplexed by Angie's absolute trust. If she could comply, she would have. On that day as well. But because she had been unable to do anything, she had hurt Angie. Oh, I had a Reuben for dinner. That shit was so good. You brain. Oh my god. If you could use magic, let us have a look right now. What's wrong? We're telling you to show us magic, right? Right. Come on. No need to hold back, okay? Celery. Boo. Show me some magic. The black suits jeered at her, but Angie simply concentrated her mind in silence. You know what I'm really on? What I've been on recently is like, I've been really into like fucking grapes. Like grapes have been my shit. If only you just shoot. She's even telling you to try and shoot, you guys. This kid's already lost her mind from fear. Bye-bye, Angie-chan. Goodbye, Jojo. Go and pretend to be a witch as much as you want in heaven. Fire. You sure? Fire! Die, Angie. If you can do it, then give this magic of yours a try. This is where... Come on, what's your name? Juza, right? Juza. Hold up. Come on, Juza Amakusa. Don't drop the ball. Don't drop the ball. Battler's already really dropped the ball. Like, this Battler's dropped the ball even harder than he did in episode 2. The black suit cocked the gun and, sneering, pulled the trigger. Oh, God. Well, rest in peace. See ya. Thanks, Angie. Nice knowing ya. Fake out. Juza fake out. Juza fake out. Crossing my fingers for the Juza fake out. And the world stopped. A red spray scattered out, and chunks of flesh flew. Come on. Come on. Huh? Ah. What are you doing, Mammon? Don't tell me you just let a boorish pebble of a bullet like this reach Angie-sama. Lucifer lined up the bullet perfectly. With a single swing, sliced it. What? How am I supposed to integrate this into my magic is bullshit theory? Ooh, why do we got some good percussion on this track? Ooh, the bongos. Okay. I'm fucking with it. I'm getting TF2 vibes. Fuck yeah. And in the chest of the black suit who had apparently fired the gun was a hole as big as a fist. Every now and then, I get to go first. Half of Leviathan's body was covered in blood and a cold smile was on her face. Then, slowly, the pitiful prey that she had brought down fell over. Yeah, I'm a dumb goon, not dead. You pierced a human? Idiot. Do you still not believe? It's our master's magic power. In our master's magic power. Are you kidding me? You materialized in front of this many humans? What is this? Oh, what? No, like, yeah, flustered, exactly. Like, total freaking 180. Kasumi and the rest were flustered. He certainly seemed to have fired his gun. However, it hadn't hit Angie. Why was the person who fired hurt instead? This is magic. Great job, Leviathan. I'm most honored. You foolish humans who dare oppose our master. Now is the time of judgment. Prostrate yourselves. Why? You shouldn't be able to bring magic into the world of humans. They shouldn't be able to see magic, and they shouldn't be able to be touched by magic. Why? Because this is true magic. That's a little cheesy, I'm not gonna lie. What are you people doing? Kill! One of the black suits would finally come to his senses, took out his gun and readied it. Like I'd allow you the disrespect of pointing a gun barrel at our master. Die. I think that sound of the hinges closing, it's like a hinge closing noise, but I think that only comes from whenever the Seven Sisters kill somebody. I'm pretty sure. Maybe, maybe not. 50-50. Those words were a requiem. The real answer is that Angie just had the freaking Raytheon knife bomb and she dropped it on them. The man's chest had already been pierced by Lucifer, who had become the stake of pride in an instant. Thump. Yeah, she could just have a gun. With the sound of, or it could be Juza. Like, Juza could have realized what was going on. He was like, oh shit, I gotta go save this lady. It's like, oh shit, I gotta go save this lady. The black suits now realized for certain that their lives were in peril. We're gonna run, boss. Swear, save me. The instant one of the black suits doubled over in shock and turned on his heels to escape from that place. The stake of sloth. Be thankful that your violence against our master will be repaid with this alone. Die. In his right eye, a hole as big as a walnut opened and split his head. Jeepers. Belphegor was sprayed with blood, and her face twisted demonically with the joy of being able to use her full power. Hey, whoa! Who's that? Who's there? What are you? The black suits were flustered, pointing their guns in every direction. But they didn't understand what was happening. They knew that something terrifying was coming for them from somewhere, but they didn't know where. Dumbass. The enemy is right before your eyes. The witch's furniture is after you, but they couldn't see. Yeah, I guarantee you that Juza is like on a hilltop, like sniping them. Because like it mentioned that he had like a big gun like in this bag. Right. That was actually really cool. I really liked that scene. That was like the last time I had respect for Rosa, actually. It's all been downhill. I had an iota of respect for her just then. In that moment, she had reconciled with her daughter. It was actually really powerful. It was a really good... It was really... But they couldn't see. Because they didn't believe in magic, they could not see. Just as seeing is believing, right? Just as the Black Witch said, Satan was standing boldly right in front of a black suit. However, the black suit couldn't see her at all. Did you think humans could see our forms? That they could follow us? Stupid humans. I'm gonna pay a fool's price for forgetting your awe of magic. No, please, no, what is this? What's going on? You can't see it. Because you have no love. Impossible! Reason lovers destroyed by magic and wonder. Whimsy wins again, bedwards. One point for whimsy, 0 points for virgin losers like Battler, who believe in things like logic and empiricism. Fuck you, it's magic. Totally gin-brained from these people. Who are you? I'm Beatrice. I'm Angie Beatrice. Reason-pilled mystery cells owned by Chad magic sorcerers. A witch. Unlike you, a real one. What? Damn it, you bitch! I love whenever they cuss in this game. It's my favorite thing. As though announcing his candidacy for becoming the fourth victim, one of the black suits pointed his gun at Angie. And the trigger was... Checkmate, neighbors. Never seeing my family. Yeah, I love... Jessica is such a freaking queen. Angie glared at him coldly and simply ordered, die. Next one. Satan. Satan of Wrath, already right here. Blockhead. You think a simple bullet could hit Angie-sama or us now? Mistake of anger. Pierced and anger? That's how they translated it? Not wrath? Okay. Pierced and smashed the bullet fired by the black suit. Do they always call it anger? This is Pier slop. Hold up. Let me have a Pier slop moment. Oh, wait. Never mind, I'm crazy. Leviathan, Belphegor, I hate this. This is such a moment. There we go. Oh no, it never even says. And can you straight on towards the man's face? Know your foolishness and regret it in hell. No. With a terrible explosive sound, the upper half of the man's head was smashed. Bathed in scattered flesh and blood, Angie quietly asked one more question. Hey, Aunt Kasumi, do you still not feel like believing in magic? How is this analogous to the plot going on in 1990 or 1986? How is this helping us solve the mystery? It's analogous because it's awesome. Oh, can't argue with that logic. There's no way something so ridiculous could exist. I won't accept it. There's no way magic exists. Yes, that's right. There's no way magic exists. There's no way witches exist. Then go the fuck away. Magic exists. Witches exist. Or do you... That's right. Magic exists. Witches exist. And in this world, filled with anger and sadness, it can become the key that opens the door to the world of happiness. I won't let someone like you deny that. The key to a world of happiness lies in every person's hand. Key? Like a key to the Golden Land? I'm baking so hard. I'm baking. I feel like this is some QAnon shit to me. I've said it once, I'm saying it again. If people, instead of like getting into conspiracy theories, just like consumed mystery literature, I think they would be more happy people. No one has any right to steal that away. You pitiful human, who cannot understand this. If there had to be magic in your life, it probably would have turned out differently, become much more peaceful. When I think that in your entire life, you were never able to meet with a true witch, I pity you. Yeah, I knew a witch. It was my ex-wife. Ho-ho! Am I right, boys? Eek! Kasumi let out a piercing scream. That's such a dumb joke. Fuck me. I can't believe Rudolph has had zero wife. Actually, he's had some wife humor. At the same time, two of the black suits came for me at once, thrusting their guns at my head. There's still more of them? Jesus, how many fucking guys does she need to bring just to take out one girl? Like they were trying to use me as a hostage against something their eyes couldn't see. Against the 7 Sisters of Purgatory, who had now reached the level of weapons, this was completely pointless. Damn, where are you? Keep on attacking. And this bitch is dead. Wait, no, I gotta do a funny... I'm gonna do like a German voice. Damn, where are you? Keep on attacking. And this bitch is dead. That's so bad. I'm not doing that. Show yourself. Fuck. I can't do that. What the hell is he saying? Yeah, what the hell is he saying? Yeah, what the hell? And his guts look so tasty, too. Angie-sama, leave the next one to me. Go, Beelzebub. Go ahead. Kill him. Thank you. I'm so happy. Da. Wait. Hold up. Does anyone? Am I old? Am I too old? Am I in a boomer moment right now? Hold up.
Join me.
I'm getting vibes. Hold up. I keep doing this.
Join me, Link, and I will make your face the greatest in Koredai, or else you will die. The greatest in Koredai, or else you will die.
Classic. I'm getting so Pier slopped out right now. Okay, let's go back. The man's chest split and his guts poured out. CD. That just, it's so classic to me. This terrible way of dying threw the other man into total panic. Jesus, his chest split open? However, Asmodeus's form was already at his back. Like yesterday, me and my sister, I swear to God, watched like old YouTube poops for like 20 minutes. I miss the old internet so much. It was so much fun back then. However, Asmodeus's form was already at his back, grasping his neck and smiling obscenely. What a cutie. Hey, where do you want to get Pier? My favorite YouTube... I'm 25. I can earn that. I was on YouTube in 2007. I can say that. Angie-sama, got any ideas? The head. Certainly, my master. Die! But maybe it's because I'm already, like, post-quarter life crisis. I don't know. Maybe that's just my perspective. The final black suit had his head smashed by the stake of lust. In his inside scattered, he twisted and fell. In the gruesome world where 6 people lay in a sea of blood, witch and human confronted each other. Wait. They just did the first Twilight again. That's crazy. Sumadera Kasumi, I sympathize with your sad life from the bottom of my soul. I'm willing to grant you magic that can seal up that unfillable hole in your heart. If you can believe, that is. Don't be ridiculous. I will never accept something like this. Eek. As Kasumi, who was scared out of her wits, stepped backwards. She picked up a handgun that someone had dropped. Then, shaking, she pointed at Angie. Oh, she's gonna get her shit fucked. That's right, Kasumi. Shoot with that gun! Turn your hatred into a bullet and shoot. Eek! I'll kill you. I'll kill you. If I don't kill you, I'll never be paid back for the life I've lived. Yes, kill. Pull the trigger. Take all the anger and pain from your shabby life until now. Use it all against her. If you don't, you won't be released from your pain and anguish. Stop it, Aunt Kasumi. You mustn't listen to that black witch. Kill you. I'll kill you! Because of your mother. My entire life has been a wreck. In that case, my magic might be able to turn that life into something bright and peaceful, bit by bit, starting now. If you can believe in this magic, and just have a change of heart, I'll be able to open the door to a new world for you. There's no such thing. The salvation she speaks of is obviously just some fairy tale. Your life is going to be covered with thorns until you die anyway. Let her eat that cry of agony. You can't regain anything that was lost, right, Sumadera Kasumi? That's right. You might not be able to regain anything. However, I know you'll be able to create something new. So, Aunt Kasumi, throw that gun away. I might be able to teach you, too, about a world of happiness. You know, because your mother ran away, I was forced to marry her fiancé in her place. And he was really into crypto. And Elon Musk. Like, way too much. There was a man I swore I spent my life with. No, you just chose to listen. I was forced to break up with him. You think you understand how I felt when I was forced to be wed in your mother's place? And was held by a man I had barely even talked to? I wanted to kill her, but Nason just went and died on her own. That's why I'll kill you. Otherwise, my thorn-filled life will never end. From Kasumi's eyes, tears of passion dripped down. So pitiable. This person's tears were so clear and beautiful. But for that very reason, she hadn't been able to fully withstand her sad pain. And had been given no choice but to listen to the Black Witch's temptation. So sad. In that case, I'll at least release your soul for all eternity and free you from the bonds of resentment. That might be the only bit of charity I can give right now. Die, USHIROMIYA Angie! Goodbye, Kasumi. Take a long rest in a quiet world. I no longer feel anger or hatred for you. I just want to let your soul rest in peace. Kasumi's handgun spat fire. Slowly, that bullet continued through a world frozen to the utmost limit, aiming for Angie's forehead. Isn't it interesting that Angie is capitalized because she's being a witch right now? Mammon. Yeah? Mammon of Greed right here. Thanks. Huh? Oh, she's blushing. Maybe people were right with that ship. Because I met you and Sakutaro, I was able to understand everything. Angie! Look away, Sakutaro. So cute. Mammon, release that woman. Protect the honor of Mariage Sorcière. Yes! Prepare yourself, Sumadera Kasumi. Even though the world was frozen, The stake of greed flashed like lightning and had already gotten behind Kasumi. If there's any virtue in you, we'll meet again on the mountain of purgatory. Da! Holy shit. Is she, like... Not yet. The upper half of Sumide... Holy shit! Her cage of flesh was shattered. Yeah, in like the same way Beatrice was like released from her own cage of flesh. They always like distinguish between certain people by using that phrase, cage of flesh. To like separate the body from the soul. And she was finally released. My mustache is like getting way too fucking long. Ugh, I gotta trim my mustache. She was finally released. Next is you, the Black Witch. By now, I think the fact that you look like Aunt Ava is inexcusable to her. If my form still looks like USHIROMIYA Ava, that means you still haven't been able to forgive me inside yourself. I understand, Angie. Even you want to be released from your thorn-filled life more than anything. In that case, I thought of something interesting. I'll show you magic as well. I won't be the one to kill you. With the worst of smiles on her face, the Black Witch changed her form into something like a black mist, or else a vast swarm of black flying insects, which began to swirl around me. Butterflies versus black insects. Then that black mist began to gather bit by bit, shaping itself into the form of a human. What's this supposed to be? You've got at least a vague idea, don't you? It's the woman you hated and despised the most. The woman who you hated and despised the most. Yo! Okay. When the black mist cleared, over there was Aunt Ava's form, as she had been during her life. Oh shit! Her hands were holding a gun. Aunt Ava died. Long time no see, Angie. I've come back from hell to kill you. The fuck? Aunt Ava glared at me with a mad laugh, but I'm not that surprised. Aunt Ava was that kind of person. I imagine my funeral came as quite a relief to you, right? I feel the same, since I'll never have to see your face again. But I had just one regret. And this is it. Killing me. Was that your last request? How pitiful. Even after death, my aunt wasn't released from her pain. The Black Witch's power is itself the source of my magic. Anger and hatred taught me how to work hard and persist. Completely different from this magic to escape reality that you speak of. The magic you speak of is nothing more than stress reduction through outbursts of anger. Our magic is different. It can remake the entire world. It's a totally different class than your wicked magic. In that case, let's settle which is the victor right now, black or white. This feels so analogous. You see my black magic miracle, reviving even after death and pointing a gun at you like this. How exactly do you intend to stop that with a miracle of white magic? I've surrounded you with the magic-resisting toxin. You can't call the Seven Sisters anymore. That miracle just now won't occur again. I just want to... This is cool and all, but I'm so, like, preoccupied mentally right now about Battler. Having it occurred, despite all that, is why it's called magic. Okay. Mammon, lend me your power. But Mammon didn't respond. She didn't appear. Certainly, as she said, the magic-resisting toxin had burned everything up like a wasteland parched by a blazing sun. This might be a little tough. It's useless to call out. Never again. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory will never answer. And being able to call them so is what makes it magic, right? How pitiful. So long, Angie. A few days we spent together were fun in their own way. This is goodbye. Aren't you glad that the end of the line for you turned out to be in this place? Yeah, seriously. How thoughtful of you. Thanks. Then this is farewell. The barrel of the gun rose slowly, so that you could see all the way down it. Then, the trigger was slowly. At that moment, the gun exploded. Red text. Oh shit. It wasn't that it fired. It burst. You're kidding me. In shock inside a frozen space, Ava looked at the ruptured gun. I imagine like it was like a Looney Tunes sketch and like Angie put her finger in the gun and it fucking like blew up in Ava's face. Oh my god. When time melted, the fragments would probably smash into her face all at once. Mammon of Greed. Right here. You're kidding me. Behind Ava's back, Mammon stood. She had already penetrated the target I'd given her, which was the gun. This is enough magic for you, Aunt Ava. Is this enough magic for you, Aunt Ava? Angie! Then time melted. The fragments of the burst gun and exploding gunpowder burned her face. Oh, this is like whenever Ava shot at Jessica. Letting out a shrill scream, she covered her face and rolled around. It was pitiful. Your luck was bad. This is game over, Aunt Ava. I signaled to Mammon, so that Ava would be freed quickly from the pain of her burnt face as she writhed around. Thank you, Mammon. This time, I want to apologize again, and from the bottom of my heart for calling all of you powerless on that day in the classroom. You were excellent furniture for protecting witches. I'm the one that's grateful. I feel truly honored at being able to meet a good witch, a good master in the end, and being able to fulfill my duty as furniture. Mammon had understood. This would be the final job I'd give her. Welcome to the Golden Land, folks. Mammon quietly walked up to me. Then, she looked down at Ava. Aunt Ava, thanks for sticking with me so long. This is farewell. Have a nice dream. See you in hell. Cool. Cool. Then, the light sound of her forehead being bored into rang out. The battle of gunpowder, smoke, and fury of white and black magic ended. I get the feeling it was a long, truly a long journey. And the world slowly sank into darkness. Well, what now? What? The stars that should have been sparkling lay not in the sky, but were scattered beneath me. What the fuck is going on? When I realized that the pearl and ruby made a red and white stream. What? Stars that should have been sparkling lay not in the sky, but were scattered beneath me. When I realized that the pearl and ruby made a red and white stream, I noticed that it was a vast nighttime scene spread out below. I was in the sky of that nighttime scene, neither standing nor flying, but simply floating. From nowhere in particular, I could hear a truly dull applause. I know. It's the one who ordered me to go on a journey. Baron Castle. She isn't even like... Congratulations, Endless Witch, Angie Beatrice. At the end of your travels, you understood everything about magic. Yes, I know. I now understand everything about magic. I am a witch. The last witch, who inherited the magical world created by Mariage Sorcière. No one besides you can tear Beatrice's world into pieces. Because I know witches, I learned how to resist them. Magic is made of love and sadness and anger. No matter how cruel a witch Beatrice might have been, the source of her magic is exactly the same. And that's why I wish I could leave that world of hers alone. After all, in her eyes at least, that world is complete. But then you'd have to give up on your family. That's right. So I don't like doing it, but I have to fight. The very reason I left on this journey to become a witch was so I could bet on the faint chance that I'd be able to take my family back someday. Unless you killed Beatrice, only worlds of isolation can exist for you. As one who has traveled billions of fragments, I guarantee it. I understand. I can't afford to have compassion. I must make my heart a demon and tear her heart to pieces. It's good that you're steady in that resolve. I was worried that I was another witch like her who might grow attached and lose your will to continue. It felt a bit hollow hearing that from a person whose face was almost always expressionless. Baron Castle, the mysterious witch who invited me on this journey. At times, I've suspected that you might have lied to me. Why? I am the Angie of 1998, so even if I save my family, they will only be saved for the Angie of 1986. They won't be saved for me. So I sometimes felt like I was being deceived. That is correct. I deceived you. No! No, I want them all to come back in the end. I don't want them to stay dead. If they all stayed... I would be so sad if they're all dead in the end. I'm actually gonna cry. But now I'm grateful. After all, in the end, you did teach me how to get my family back. I didn't teach you anything. if you know something, it's because you've reached that mental state by yourself as a witch. That mental state is different from my own. I personally cannot understand it, but if that's the truth, then congratulations. I'm not a player in this game, but a piece. You said that to me, right? Yes, I said it. Now, I fully understand that role. A piece doesn't need emotions. It just has to give its all for victory's sake. Yes, that is correct. The game requires that you each make the best possible moves, right? If your move gets distorted by hesitation and confusion, your opponent will be confused as well. Sorry, Beatrice, but don't hate me. USHIROMIYA Angie still needs her family, so I have the right to fight you, so that I can take them back. And you have the responsibility to be challenged by me to a fight. What's going on here? So don't hate me. In exchange, if you do win this game, I'll give you my blessing as well. Come on, let's go. As the piece I am, it's finally time for my true turn. What? Sorry, Beatrice. I won't hand Oni-chan over to you. What the fuck is going on? The world whitened. It wasn't white. It was a gold color as bright as can be. There was the beautiful USHIROMIYA family rose garden. However, the flowers in the rose garden were all gold. The nectar was also gold colored. The butterflies gathered there were gold as well. This is the Golden Land. The promised land that the witches of Mariage Sorcière had finally been guided to. There, all the wishes are granted, and all magic and dreams are born. In that garden of gold roses were two, and only two witches. I appeared as an uninvited guest, making that atmosphere tremble with unrest. What was to them a wind of misfortune shook the golden roses. The incredibly beautiful scene formed by the golden rose petals scattered by the wind was clearly something not of this world. The two who had been taking a walk on a path of golden roses noticed me and were surprised. Angie? Beato, it's Angie! How did you get here? Leave us alone. I shall no longer invite anyone here. Beato spoke coldly. She seemed like a completely different person from the boldly sneering woman she had once been. She had closed off her heart and shut herself up in a world where she was alone with Maria One-chan. A world where she could always be alone with a friendly Maria One-chan. Lecturing about magic while drinking tea. With no one to hurry them, and nothing to hold them back. A world where not a single person might hurt them existed. Holy smokes, my reading sucks today. Yes, to the two of them, it was a small, perfect universe. Sorry. I can't have you shutting yourself up in here. Yeah, these are all the questions I've been asking the whole time. I've been really wondering, like, how real is all of this? And how much of this is the story? I'm actually putting that in my notes. That message is going in my notes. I've been really wondering, like, if this is all just, like, Battler imagining shit. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. I said I stopped because I'm tired of it. I will not return to the game again. Beato will always be here with me. Here, we'll drink tea together and think of lots of ways to play. You can play with us too, Angie. Maria? I believe I said that that mustn't happen. I am satisfied as long as I have you alone. Say that you too are satisfied as long as you have me. Yeah! Thank you. The only person who needs me that much is you, Beato. So I'll be with you. Just us is enough. Maria, thanks. I'm grateful. Beato held Maria tight, even creating a small, warm universe between their joined arms. It was probably the birth of the smallest universe in the world. That's a really cool line. The smallest universe in the world, which a pair who needed each other could give birth to. Like, Beatrice and Battler? No matter how small it was a complete world. But I had to tear it apart. Sorry, but I can't let it go like that. I came to smash this golden land of Mariage Sorcière. Why are you going to break my world? Are you saying that this world is causing anyone other than Maria and me trouble? You've left Oni-chan waiting all this time in a game you started and then abandoned without finishing. If you don't return to your seat, the contest will end for all eternity. There's no longer a single player in that game. Battler vanished, and I did as well coming here. That game is already over. It isn't over. You started the game, right? Take responsibility and see it through to the very end. Will you defeat Battler and give birth to the world you truly wished for? Or will you be defeated and everything swallowed up by your magic release? Take responsibility until the very end. Don't, Angie. Beato will spend her time in this world, alone with me for eternity. And I don't need anything else, as long as I have Beato. Here, all wishes are granted. Everything is here. This golden land is made up of nothing more than the crystallization of Beatrice's and Maria One-chan's thoughts. To drag Beato out of this world, I'm going to have to kill Maria? Destroy it. Okay, whoa. I will destroy this golden land, which must be a final, peaceful world in Beatrice's eyes. One-chan, that's wrong. This golden land is a liar. It's a gilded land. It won't grant the one wish you truly want granted. It won't put you back with your mom. That's not true. Anything can be granted here. Look, there's even a nice mama here. Gold butterflies gathered behind Maria, forming into a kindly, smiling Aunt Rosa. After smiling sweetly at me, it became golden petals and crumbled. Yay, I'm dead. Here, anything can be created. Even Angie, even Battler, even George Oni-chan, even Jessica One-chan. You can summon as many as you want, and everyone is nice. You come too, Angie. Let's play together. Sorry, One-chan. But this sucks ass. And what about Sakutaro? Jesus Christ. Upon hearing Sakutaro's name, One-chan looked like she was choking. Stop it. Do not speak that name. Beato's expression changed as well, and she hugged Maria, guarding her shoulders. Sakutaro's name was still taboo for One-chan. Why can't I say it? It's the name of Maria One-chan's best friend. Why won't you invite that close friend to this wonderful Golden Land? Why, in this Golden Land where any wish can be granted, is Sakutaro the only one you cannot summon? That is... It's all right, Maria. You don't have to remember Sakutaro. Sakutaro was killed by Mama. Fuck yeah. Get fucked, Beatrice. Maria One-chan flew into a rage with a terrible expression on her face. Surprised by that voice, the butterflies throughout the garden flew up, blowing around like a typhoon of flower petals. Yes, I know. Aunt Rosa took your precious stuffed animal, Sakutaro, and tore him apart. Ah! Maria's scream became a storm that violently scattered the gold petals and leaves. It truly was a storm of gold. Stop! Stop, stop, stop. Why are you trying to reopen the wound in Maria's heart? Don't defile the sleep of this precious friend to both Maria and myself. Sleep, Beatrice. Go to sleep. Go to sleep for all eternity, Beatrice, and never wake up. In that case, why don't you revive that precious friend or her with your magic? I'd do it if I could. But that stuffed animal was an article Rosa created herself. The magical meaning of that individual object being torn apart is... Don't try to fool anyone. Why can't you revive Sakutaro? There's only one answer. It's because you aren't a real witch. I can revive him. With my magic, I can revive him as often as I want. Like this. I could even bury this garden in Sakutaro's. Yeah, I'll bet you could, with your magic, but One-chan definitely wouldn't be able to see the Sakutaros you create. You know why, right? I'll say it again. It's because you aren't a real witch. Stop it! Why do you keep saying such mean things, Angie? Beato can use a lot of magic. She's a wonderful witch. She couldn't revive just Sakutaro, but she can do absolutely anything else. So I can at least do without Sakutaro. No, One-chan, that's wrong. There's nothing a witch can't do. As soon as she couldn't do that, it was clear that Beatrice wasn't a real witch. That's wrong. It's because Sakutaro's stuffed animal vessel was something Mama made specially for herself, and that's why she can't revive him? Is Beatrice's your magic so inconvenient? In that case, are you saying that you can revive Sakutaro? Are you saying you could do that with your magic? I can. From earlier? Sakutaro from earlier? Maybe? What? Maria One-chan, I'll show you some real magic. I'll revive Sakutaro for you. But, really? Even Beatrice couldn't do it, right? Really? Yes, I can. In exchange, promise me, once I've revived Sakutaro, yes, leave this golden land. I will not permit that. This world is Maria's and mine. If Maria leaves, it will break. The minimum number of humans it takes to create a universe is 2. That's really important. Otherwise, that world is destroyed. To drag out the witch shut away in the Golden Land, I'll have to destroy this world. Yes, that's the proof that you aren't a witch. A real witch can create a universe alone. The Mariage Sorcière Alliance of Witches. The very existence of this alliance proves that you aren't a witch. No. I won't hand Maria over. I hate you. Leave right now. Get out of here. God, I'm putting my whole performance into this. Water's good. I gotta stay hydrated. I lived... Oh, shit. Open my phone for a second, sorry. God, last night had me so fucking verklempt. Get out of here. Dragging everyone into a game of your own accord, then getting bored and chasing them out when your mood changes. How selfish can you be? Take a look, Beatrice. And you, Maria One-chan. This is true magic. Will you really revive Sakutaro? There's no way you can. This is a golden land for Maria and me alone. There is not a single spell that an outsider like you could use. As you are now, you couldn't even create a single butterfly. Be quiet, Beato. Don't get in Angie's way. It's gonna be like the real Sakutaro. When Maria yelled, the storm suddenly stopped and the area returned to silence. The scene, as a massive number of gold petals that had been blown upwards quietly drifted down, was fantastical, as though a golden snow was falling. I'm not going to be as tired tomorrow. Maria, thinking about this unlikely, if only miracle, had unconsciously joined her hands together as though praying. Beato watched Maria do this, her heart racing. All these golden roses, like, remind me of the rose that, like, Maria put that little piece of wrapper around. I think there's, like, an important distinction there. If the extremely unlikely were to happen, Maria would. This world would. Holy smoke, I'm yawning. I'm even tired. I'm just fucking yawning. God, I love insomnia. It's so fun. But it's unthinkable. This shit's so fucked up. It's crazy. Absolutely impossible. That stuffed animal, which had been the only one in the world, was torn apart and thrown away, and not a thread remained. Reviving it was certainly and absolutely impossible. This is my golden land. A world where magic that isn't mine certainly cannot exist. If you think you can do it, let's see what you've got, USHIROMIYA, Angie. What the fuck is going on? Is she gonna do it in blue? At Beato's scream-like cry, the world lost its sound. I slowly recited the incantation for true magic. Abracadabra. Alakazam. Come, try to remember. Maria's close friend, Sakutaro. Try and remember what form you had. Try and remember what a lovable stuffed animal you were. Huh? Expressions of shock rose to both their faces. Then, pushing Beato's elbow aside, Maria dashed forward. Aw, this is so sweet. Sakutaro. Then, she clung to us both. It's all right. It's all right. Sakutaro isn't gonna disappear. Are you? Maria, I'm home. Sakutaro! Sakutaro! Ugh! This is... Oh, this is... Okay. Whew, this is a tearjerker. Sakutaro! I wanted to see you so much. Oh, I just had a crazy ass neck crack. Holy shit. It was without a doubt that stuffed animal lion. Sakutaro. Its softness, its texture, its stitches, it's everything. Maria had forgotten. But I feel like there's a parallel here between Maria forgetting Sakutaro and Battler forgetting his sin to Beatrice. Like, there's a parallel there. It's very obvious. It all came back to her vividly. Beatrice is actually a stuffed animal. Are you? Maria! I'm home! Sakutaro! Sakutaro! Oh yeah, he is revived on both of them. I wonder what this one says. You go, Sakutaro. Is your body alright? Does it hurt anywhere? Even though something so horrible was done to you, are you okay? Are you? Angie revived me with magic, so I'm perfectly fine. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Welcome back, Sakutaro. From now on, I'll always be with you, Maria. Together for eternity. So, don't let go of me, okay? Yeah, won't let go. For all eternity. Then, still hugging Sakutaro, she looked up at me with tear-filled eyes. What the fuck is going on? Thank you, Angie. Angie's magic is amazing. How? How can you revive Sakutaro when Beato couldn't do it? Impossible. Impossible. How? How could a human other than me use magic in my Golden Land? This is completely impossible. What are you so flustered about, Beatrice? This is magic, right? There's no way that's magic. This is my golden land. A world where magic that isn't mine certainly cannot exist. Is Angie Beatrice actually, like, really for real 100%? Because she's 3 years old when the murder happened, so it doesn't really work. And my magic was not able to survive Sakutaro. There's no way it could. That is a special stuffed animal. Made by Rosa for her daughter's birthday. In the entire world, the only... Yep, Sakutaro's not the only one. See? It's magic, right? Oh, Angie's crying. This is so sad. Oh. With this miracle that she couldn't possibly accept, Beato understood all of my magic. She looked at Maria and Sakutaro innocently frolicking around. Looked at me, and then fell to her knees, with even her hands pressed to the ground, and cried. Beatrice, this really is magic, right? It's magic, right? Beatrice. Indeed, it is magic. This is real magic. Why can Angie use a magic that even Beato couldn't? Why? Why? Angie is amazing. Angie's an amazing witch. A real witch who's much, much more amazing than me. Yeah, that's right, One-chan. I am the Witch of Resurrection, Angie. There's nothing that can't be revived by me. Amazing! Incredible! Even Beato that said that the magic of resurrection was the hardest. Angie's incredible. A really, really great witch. At that time, Maria and Sakutaro's forms flashed gold, and the forms of the two became golden flower petals that crumbled away, as the two became a golden wind and swirled together. They left for some other peaceful place, not here. Beato had, as promised, banished Maria from the Golden Land. Goodbye, Maria, One-chan, and be happy forever. Don't worry, you definitely exist, in One-chan's world too. But that isn't you. Good for you. Maria, as your close friend, I celebrate this reunion from the bottom of my heart. On Beato's face was a mixture of what was probably every expression a human could muster. It was joy, anger, and sadness. Oh wow, the things that make magic. That's the source of magic, isn't it? That's what I just said, Angie. Without love, without sadness, without anger, magic cannot be seen. The ground shook. An earthquake. It gradually summoned greater and greater fissures and began to tear Beatrice's final paradise apart. Golden butterflies fluttered about, trying to escape, but there was nowhere to escape to, and Beatrice was the same. The Golden Land began to crumble away. The earth crumbled downwards like a floor falling through. And Beatrice was sucked into the depths of a jet-black darkness. Then she was mercilessly slammed against a jet black floor. Oh, this is like when Rosa fell and was like tortured. When was that? Was that episode 4? Yeah, it was, because Maria woke up. Yeah. Welcome back to Kuadorian. It was dimly lit. It was a dimly lit smoking room. Smoking room? That's where she got the box from. There was no door to exit by, and while there was a window, it let no light into Beatrice's shadowy smoking room. Even though Beato was moaning from the pain of being slammed against that cold, hard floor, she shakily rose to her feet. Sat there, Battler. Yes! And the game table, still just as it had been left where she'd left it. There was a seat there and the game table. No, I misread that. Fuck. And the game table, still just as it had been when she'd left it. The game board also remained in the same state that Beato had left it in. That's your seat. Sit. So this is the only seat for me to sit in? Beato put a hand against her own seat and laughed sadly. Win or lose, that's all you've been given. A tie during the process of reaching that point will probably be permitted. However, you won't be allowed to suspend the game and throw it away. Will you win and survive or lose and disappear? Until one of those two things happens, you will not be permitted to rise from that chair. That should be your only duty as the host of a witch's game, as the Golden Witch Beatrice. Laughing weakly, Beato sat in that seat. Then she rested her elbows and covered her face with both hands. Showing off a smile with nothing but her mouth, not permitted to escape an unwinnable game. And very well. Why don't I repeat this until I lose? Quit being so faint-hearted. Win. Use the best moves you have. You started this game. You have a duty to make the best moves possible. Give all that indecisive fooling around a rest. At that time, there was a violent sound. Beato felt a cold, pathetic sensation on her leg. Gotcha! I finally gotcha, eh, Beato? Oh, great. Lady Lambda Delta, is it? To think that you were still here. Beato's foot was caught in an ice-cold steel shackle. Tying her to the chair she sat in. I really don't think confining Beatrice is a good idea, because I feel like that's a theme. She would no longer be able to escape from this seat. Ha ha ha! What was that laugh? You won't be able to escape anymore, got it? I can be more persistent than I look, surprised. It's more than surprising that you didn't realize how persistent you look. You are not permitted to leave early or suspend this game. You'll fight for all eternity in order to win, okay? You don't want to lose, do ya? You want a little peek at the kind of wonderful world you'll throw yourself. You want a little peek at that kind of wonderful world you'll be thrown into if you lose? Don't worry. You can win because I, the great Lady Lambda Delta, will be looking after you. Constantly until you win for all eternity. But even if I wish to fight, there is no opponent seated from across from me, correct? Battler, please. Don't worry, I found Battler. When Baron Castle appeared and clapped her hands, Battler appeared from the sky and plopped into the opposite chair. Battler's eyes opened slightly, but there was no sparkle in them, almost like a doll's. Without one of the pillars that had established his soul, he had fallen into the depths of darkness, and he'd been drifting about all this time. He should have then scattered and disappeared like mist. Berncastle had managed to scrape him together. It's incredible that she managed to bring him back into a human form. However, even though his flesh had returned, his soul had not. It had been blown away by Beatrice after having its existence denied. It wouldn't come back easily. Battler won't run from this fight, either. Not until he defeats you. Just because your chances of winning are shrinking doesn't mean you'll be permitted the inelegance of abandoning everything and running. Why am I giving her emotion? I can't read her emotion. Even he doesn't want that. Isn't that right, USHIROMIYA, Battler? Battler didn't answer. His heart was still dead. His eyes wavered slightly at the question, but he couldn't answer. Battler, get a hold of yourself. You are here, and the enemy is before your eyes. Fight. Fight to win. Battler lazily repeated that, speaking incoherently. He'd come back. The wound he bore in his soul was no small thing. That was only natural. Beatrice had woven her red, and he had been denied. He had learned that the mother he had respected was not his birth mother. Hold up, I gotta be right back. It's been 2 hours. I need a little break. Give me a couple minutes. Alright, I literally shaved my beard. Oh wait, I didn't even put on BRB. Oh, because I'm still in studio mode. Shit. Okay, whoopsie daisy. Let me get rid of it on studio mode too. And how do I... Okay, that's how I exit studio mode. And then I have to... do this. Beatrice had woven her red, and he had been denied. He had learned that the mother he had respected was not his birth mother. Yeah, but they said nothing about the father, and I feel like Battler didn't even try to argue back. He just fucking kowtowed to that argument. He's like... And he didn't know who he was. He was not... USHIROMIYA Battler. Don't talk stupid. You are USHIROMIYA Battler, no one else. No matter who acknowledges that or denies that, make sure you believe it yourself. I don't know, I like it. I just think it makes me more attractive, so I have no choice but to keep it. But mine's like, it's got like a lot of blonde in it. I don't know, I have a lot of like blonde beard hairs. In my otherwise brown hair. Making sure you believe it yourself. But ultimately, I just think having the ability to twist your mustache or scratch your beard anxiously it's very worth it. It's quite the fun time. Yeah, me too. No matter who acknowledges that or denies that, make sure you believe it yourself. After all, you're the only one who can create your own world. Don't lose the world where you're USHIROMIYA Battler. Then, who am I? I'm not my mom's child, right? But you could still be your father's son. Where was I born from? Battler asked that question as his eyes, which still hadn't regained their sparkle, stared lazily up at the ceiling. Of course, she answered right away. Yes, that's right. Beato proclaimed it with the red truth. So I'll proclaim it too. USHIROMIYA Battler is not USHIROMIYA Asumu's son. In that case, he is not qualified to be my opponent in my game, correct? Beatrice, repeat it. Yes! Finally, we're thinking with some fucking logic here. USHIROMIYA Battler is not USHIROMIYA Kinzo's grandchild. As Beato wrinkled her forehead, a painful-looking smile rose to her face. So you refused to repeat it. Beato proclaimed it 2 red truths. Battler is not Asumu's son, and no one except Kinzo's grandchild, Battler, is qualified to be her opponent. These are not... The following theory will allow Battler to be accepted without creating any contradictions. Finally, it's not... Oh my gosh! Here's my blue truth. Listen to it. I wonder what her theory is. The one qualified to be Beato's opponent is Kinzo's grandchild USHIROMIYA Battler. And whether you're Asumu's son or not isn't a problem. Thus, even if you aren't Asumu's son, you can still be Kinzo's grandchild, as long as you're Rudolph's son. It was just a silly word game, wasn't it? Your blue truth is valid. Beato, your counter-argument with the red truth? If you cannot counter it with the red, Battler's qualifications, an opponent will stand unchallenged. Battler was still out of it. He still couldn't really understand what she was saying for him. But even so, his spirit was starting to come back bit by bit. Then, who am I? Get a hold of yourself. You are Shiromiya Battler. Yeah, maybe Mother Asumu didn't give birth to you. But so what? That doesn't change in the slightest the fact that she was a mother to you, right? For example, what is Ushirimiya Angie to you? You might not be able to share the same blood, but she's still your little sister, right? It's not about blood, it's about bonds, right? That's right. Even though we don't share the same blood, Angie is my little sister. Say it in red. Say it. Is Kairi actually Battler's real mom? I'm so happy. Say that Angie is your little sister. Angie is my little sister. I could say it. She hugged Battler, who was still out of it, and slumped in his chair, strongly from behind. This is so fucking good. So much that it hurt. I don't know why Mother Asumu... Why does she call her Mother Asumu like she's like Mother Goose? Wasn't your birth mother. But still, up until today, and even now, you believe that she's your mother, right? In this world, there are plenty of people without even a mother. I wonder if Asumu and Kairi gave birth at like the same hospital. And like, there was like a switch up. Especially since they were both Rudolph's kids. Without even a family. Did Mother Asumu ever let you feel lonely? Never, right? Don't throw your peaceful family away so easily. Your family bonds have gotten too thin after leaving your family for 6 years. You have to feel those family bonds much, much more strongly. Remember, for Mother Asumu's sake as well, don't lose your love over a foolish witch's rant like this. You're right. Mom was always on my side. Where is this place? It's dark. I want to go home. Where's all my family? The light still hadn't returned to Battler's eyes, but tears appeared. Your little sister is waiting at home for you to come back. Even if you don't come back, she'll be alone, all alone forever. For your little sister's sake, please win this witch's game. Angie, my little sister, I still don't get it. Why? Why do I keep repeating this incomprehensible, cruel game with Beato? I've had enough. In that case, settle this game quickly and go back home. Ushirimiya Battler, how long are you going to play around in a place like this? Your little sister is waiting for you to come home. That's right. Battler had been caught up in this strange game before he even knew it, and still unable to understand why he was fighting. He had been constantly sucked into the witch's pace, played with, and made to fight. That should have been his most simple and first question, because he didn't understand that he had lost his purpose in fighting. That's why my voice won't reach Battler's ears. Instead of a vague purpose like winning against the witch, or because he couldn't forgive her, he has to be aware of a purpose for which he must win. That's right. I want to go home. I want to go home and see Dad and Mom and Angie, and I've had enough. Enough of this place. I've had enough of witches. I've had enough of games and murders. Enough. Enough. Battler's soul is starting to come back. But it can't quite reach. You've had enough, right? Then fight so that you can return to your family. Destroy Beatrice and go home. No, I've had enough of witches. Enough of Beato, enough of everything, and even you're probably just another one of the witch's allies. I could be betrayed again at any time. You can't trust anything. You can't trust any words that aren't read. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. You didn't say that in red, Battler. Battler's soul howled. She hugged his head from behind, strong enough that it hurt. Oh! Aww. This is so good. Come home quickly, Oni-chan. Don't leave me all alone. Huh? Who are you? It's me, it's Angie. Dad and Mom and Oni-chan, no one came home. I'm so lonely. I beg you, come home quickly. Angie. You were... Angie? That's right, I'm Angie. The USHIROMIYA Angie of a world where no one comes home. My entire family never came home from Rokunjima that day. The witch before your eyes stole away my whole family, even you, Oni-chan. Only you can finish her, Oni-chan. Finish her. Then take your family back. And then come home to me. Beato did that. To my family? As she says, I will not run away or hide from it. I stole USHIROMIYA, Angie's family, away from her. Battler is my toy. His father and mother are both my toys. I won't give them back to you. You may continue to wander all alone forever, awaiting the return of a family that will never come back. From Angie's arms that held him, the painful, sad days that had been experienced by his lonely little sister flowed into Battler. This is such a good end to this episode. Because he'd been playing around in a place like this, his little sister had been left all by herself and had been forced to endure all that pain. Angie, damn, what am I doing? Thanks, Angie. Your Oni-chan has been forgetting something important this whole time. Battler tried to turn around. But Angie was hanging onto his head with an incredible force, so he couldn't turn back. Was it sweat? Hot drops were splashing up the nape of Battler's neck. Tears. What were they? What they were, he knew from holding Angie's arm that clung to him. Because it stained Battler's hand, his fingers red. Blood? What? Angie? Are you okay? Hey! It dripped and splashed. He didn't know what was going on. Battler didn't know because he couldn't turn around. But the hot drops that stained his entire back were surely blood. In order to save you, Oni-chan, in order to come here, there was a single rule. I had to follow this. Is it? Letting you, Oni-chan, know that I was Angie. It was so hard. Even though Oni-chan was right before my eyes, I couldn't even say that. As long as I followed this rule, I should have been able to stay by Oni-chan's side for all eternity. I should have been able to play in the game against the witch. For eternity with Oni-chan. But that's no good. Oni. John. You have to come back. Your sister's waiting for you at home. That person isn't me. Angie, 1998, Angie is gone, I guess. I guess she doesn't come back after this. Or maybe she does? I don't know. I have no way how to interpret these last, like, hour. But this way, your sister will be saved. Angie? Angie! There's so much blood. So much, so much. He wanted to turn around, but Angie was gripping his head too tightly. However, judging by the blood that was pouring out in Angie's pained breathing, he realized that something seriously wrong was happening to her right now. Don't worry. I am only a piece. You know, in chess, they have this move called a sacrifice. No! Sacra what? Who cares about chess? Let's get you some first aid, quickly. Let's go for a second, Angie. A sacrifice is a abandoned piece. For a tactical game, you intentionally accept a loss and let a piece go. In chess, the ultimate goal is victory. I know how chess works. I know how sacrificing works in chess. You can, like, lure your opponent into a trap by making them sacrifice, like, a knight for a... Like, sacrificing your knight to get somebody's bishop is really fucking good. Or getting a rook is really good. Or, like, if you sacrificed a rook to queen a pawn or something. Stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with sacrificing a few individual pieces. Angie had coolly made a decision. She had been taught over and over again that she was a piece, not a player. Player. In order to act like a piece and save Battler, right now, she would have to become a sacrificial piece herself. Battler had to know. His purpose in this witch's game couldn't be as something as abstract as finishing off the witch. He had to win the game, release himself, and bring his family back home. Why? Because he had family, a little sister who was waiting for him to come home. And being created so that USHIROMIYA Angie... A being was created so that USHIROMIYA Angie's voice could reach you. That's me, Angie Beatrice. That's huge. I'll sacrifice the piece I am to give you the will to fight, to give you purpose. My purpose isn't to play with you in a witch's game for all eternity. I came to bring you USHIROMIYA Angie's mourning and sadness. That is my unshakable purpose. This is so sad. Angie! Angie! The white, thin arms that held Battler became pale and transparent, almost like wax. And even so, the fresh blood stained it so cruelly. I will disappear now, but Oni-chan, fight with all you've got. I'm sure you'll come back to me. I'll be waiting. Always. I planned on helping you out a lot more than this. I couldn't do anything. Sorry. Don't worry about that. You taught me, didn't you? You taught me why I have to win. And that I've got to win for a certain. And I've got to win for certain and come back to you. What am I doing lazing about in a place like this? Yeah, I won't play around anymore. 'Cause I'll come back. I'll come home. I'll definitely come home, bringing a souvenir, I promise. I don't need one. So promise me one thing. What? I'll promise anything. In a second, I'm going to let go of this hand. It hurt, didn't it? Sorry. I held it so tightly. I'm okay. so you don't have to turn around. Ugh. So in the end, let me see the coolest part of you. Oni-chan, rise from your seat, point at the witch before your eyes, and announce that the game will start up again. Come on, Battler. Come on, Battler. Angie's hand slid and disappeared behind me. There were bloody fingerprints left behind, blurred by her fingernails. I turned around right away to take care of Angie's wounds. No! Angie! Angie? Crap. And you didn't promise that you wouldn't turn around. But Angie, where? Behind my chair. It was as though about 10 watermelons packed with blood had been smashed, and there was a sticky, pulpy mountain. And around that mountain of blood and minced meat, the clothes and shoes Angie had been wearing lay crumpled as though they'd been taken off and thrown away. As though just a human's insides had been pulverized and tossed there like scrap. As though Angie, who had been standing there until a second ago, had been crushed. Angie? Where's Angie? Where did Angie disappear to? Hey, where did Angie go? The two young-looking witches said nothing, and just silently looked at the mountain of blood and meat and clothes, but didn't want to accept it. I definitely didn't want to accept it. I was right in front of you. I was watching the whole time, watching what happened to Angie behind you. Do you know? Where did Angie go? Well, she still lived. Pinch by pinch, massive red-hot pincers tore chunks of flesh the size of a thumb off her and threw them away. I was watching. I saw as countless cruel tools burned red-hot in the witch's furnace, approached Angie from behind, and one bit at a time pecked at her, twisted her, ripped chunks off her, and tore her to pieces. Whoa. Angie should be proud. In order to share some last words with her brother, she stopped herself from grasping at that pain until the very end. As if something like that could have happened, but on top of a mountain of flesh and clothes, what had fallen there was without a doubt what she had been wearing on her head, those pink jeweled hair ornaments. To be honest, I thought they were a bit too childish for her and didn't suit her. So I remembered them well. Why did Angie wear such cheap hair ornaments all the time? Because you gave them to her! The thought that this is Angie couldn't possibly be. You're pretty blunt, Beato. Battler didn't see it. So you could have just said she turned into butterflies and flew away or something. You guys also saw that happen? You saw Angie get torn into little bits. You were watching, and yet you stayed so calm the whole time. Why is it like this? Without answering, Berncastle, Lambda Delta, and Beatrice stared at me. Some in pity, others in derision, watching me. Since she'd called herself Gretel, and after what happened with Virgilia in the last game, I thought she might be Beato's underling. And I'd been wary of her, not trusting her even though she was an ally. And now, after learning that it truly was Angie, without being allowed to see her face, I turned around. And fine. Whoops. Something like this. Why does it matter? All this is about your little sister. did you say? After all, you'll never return from this place for all eternity anyway. Whatever happens to your little sister in a world where you don't come home has nothing to do with you. As long as you play here, the Angies of countless worlds live in isolation. And the same pain of her final moments just now will be forced upon her, spread over a period of more than a decade. However, that is of no importance, correct? It cannot be seen by you from here. You cannot observe it. An unobservable fact cannot be proven except by the red truth. Therefore, your anxiety over Angie's misfortune after this may be needless. She might, surprisingly, be able to live a casual life without ever having to work thanks to Rudolph's inheritance, right? That's a lie. From Angie's arm, every part of that sad future world had poured into me in an instant, all because I keep on lazing about forever, and playing in a place like this. I never thought about anyone but myself. I must defeat her. I'll take back my family, back to where Angie's waiting, and come home as soon as I can. Because even as I hang around with a witch like this, Angie's heart continues to be torn to bits by sadness. Angie, is this what you wanted to see? I turned towards the cruel witch who had indifferently spoken of Angie's brutal last moments and slowly, yet with all my might, pointed. Beatrice. Indeed. Resume this game. I won't run away anymore, and I won't let you escape. Bring it on. I can no longer escape or hide. Let us decide this between you and me for good. One shall win, one shall lose and be destroyed. No other resolution can exist. I'll win. No matter how long it takes, I'll definitely smash you. There aren't going to be any more compromises, interruption, or losses by default in this contest. I won't run away. I won't let you get away. Try and defeat you with everything you've got. There's absolutely no need for stupid tricks and deceit, for intermingling and acting friendly. You and I are enemies. I have to settle this as soon as possible and bring back my family to Angie. I totally messed that up, but that's okay. Unwavering resolve. Certain willpower. The certain willpower of a human becomes certain magical power. That leads to a miracle and promises that it shall be so. Yes, this is promised. A certain miracle. Are my chances at victory not even 1 in a billion? No, I shall be certainly impossible. Without any fragment of a miracle. Before I knew it, a cold, stiff chain had bound my other leg without a sound, tying me to the chair. All that's left is to either be killed and lose to Battler, or resist and continue an endless tie for all eternity. Or perhaps I should say it's to continue tying until I've prepared my heart for death. Wow, she's accepted that she can't win. Either way, yeah. Must fight to lose, and nothing more. I've already been bound by the chains of eternity, and Battler won't let me escape either. Should I pathetically beg for his forgiveness? Should I beg for his compassion by appealing to his pitying heart? Should I forget appearances and prostrate myself? Because the chains, even that choice will not be granted to me. Checkmate. This is a perfect stranglehold. However, I am the Golden Witch, Beatrice, a demon lord of gold who reigns in the Golden Land. Even in a fight to lose, there is an attitude fitting for me, and I have the right to adorn my death in a manner suited for me. I am no different. I'll make you accept the existence of my magic, and the door to the Golden Land will be open on this island. You shall become the guest of honor at that first tea party. Everyone besides you is gathered already, you see. Because the honored guest's arrival has been delayed, the tea party cannot begin. Your father, mother, cousins, and everyone else are getting tired of waiting for your arrival. Sure, that's perfect. That's just perfect. What the hell is magic? What the hell are witches? I'm done playing with you. Here we go, Beatrice. Come as hard as you can, but there'll be no compromise, interruptions, or losing by default. One shall win and one shall be destroyed. If you have no desire to lose, then you must defeat me. Kill me. However, I won't be killed so easily. Until you can prepare a fitting end for me, I can resist over and over again. Can you do that? No, you probably can. You surely can. Come on, come and kill me. Is it that hard? Then let's go with the usual. As if I'd be killed. Even if I can't win, I can at least harass you enough to stop you from snatching victory, right? That's a good look on your face. Whoa, that's a crazy-ass mean Beatrice face. Try and kill me. Try and kill me, USHIROMIYA battler. Oh. Ah. Ah. All right. Episode 4. Ladies and gentlemen. Or just gentlemen. At this point. I don't really know who's on right now. We got an epilogue and a tea party. I wonder what it looks like now that I'm done. Oh, it's just Beatrice's face again. Oh wait, do you have the full text? That would be very cool, because I really don't want to have to like go into my VOD and parse through it. Try to stop me. If only you'd never come by. I wish you had never been born. Why am I unable to love anyone anymore? Please don't. What conclusion? Just kill me. My story to... If you don't do that... If you won't do that, you die instead. Okay, thank you. Alright, well, Eric said this would give me some pretty big hints to figure out who Beatrice is. Alright, that is going into the notes. Let's see if we can figure out who Beatrice is. What? I don't have a clue what's going on. Please, someone explain in a way even I can understand. What happened yesterday? I was in the kitchen of the mansion, grabbing some food without permission. If you open up that massive business class refrigerator, you can find anything. You can eat and drink as much as you like. The Golden Land is a refrigerator. Even if the typhoon didn't clear up for a week, I have more than enough to eat. With wine in one hand, I was helping myself to some dry cured ham. I wonder just how expensive this wine and ham are. You ingredients are out of luck too. If only you had Goda-san to cook for you, you could have been reborn as much more incredible food. I looked at the clock. Very soon it would be 24 o'clock. October 5th, the second day would end. The insane October 4th, yesterday seemed like a lie. That's how much nothing had happened after that test thing. This is a 2-hour tea party? Okay, thank you for the heads up. Well, in that case, let's not do that today. I know it's a little early for me to stop, but what I'll probably do is I'll finish this and the tea party. I'll finish the tea party and the question marks tomorrow, and then I'll do a theory stream Monday. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. Well, because I have plenty of time to stream tomorrow too. I'm like not busy. So that's where I'll end today. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.